the other interesting thing was that it was a repeated assignment, and they actually used some of us temps as supervisors, which was, I just, it was so interesting. No, you two will be in charge of taking care of the fact that people are working. You'll monitor their work, you'll answer their questions. You'll do some too, but mainly we want you to be looking after the rest of the room and making sure that the progress is tracked and things are being done the way we need them done, because it was a very well-defined project. And it was so funny that I was one of the team leads, or whatever they called us. I don't remember what they called us, but that was interesting. And I met some very nice people there. And that was the thing. You met some really nice people along the way. I know some people can be doofuses, but when you think about it, and you think of the whole range of people that you've met, hopefully most of them have been decent folks. You may not have gotten along with one or two of them. Personality clashes, that's kind of normal. But anyway, I'm going to talk a little about what I learned from different places. I learned that it's brilliant to keep your employees so close to their work that they don't even have to go home practically. If they would have had cots in a room, I wouldn't have been surprised. But it kept you close to your desk, close to your work. It wasn't a big deal to go to lunch. It wasn't a big deal to go on break because everything was right there. And the cafeterias were astoundingly good. Astoundingly good. Amazing. Amazing. Detailing, huh? Make up, huh? I need my car detailed. Anyway. So, maybe I'll talk a little bit about that, because I have learned an awful lot from the different places I worked. I even worked as a cab driver for a while, just on the weekends to make some extra money at one point, and Indianapolis is not a cab town. If you take a cab in Indianapolis, chances are 9 times out of 10 you can't afford a car, so you're not going to tip either. That's the way it is. Now, I've never been a cab driver in the Chicagoland area, and frankly, I have no desire. I learned my lesson. I'd always thought that cab driving, you're an independent contractor, you're, managing your own thing, your own hours. I thought it would be kind of cool to kind of be in business for myself and there are a couple of things that can really shock you when you're a cab driver. It can shock you when you take your first chemotherapy patient, where their cab fare is paid for by, like, the American Cancer Society, to the hospital. And you're very solicitous because they're sick people. They're very sick. But your fare is paid, not by them, but by the society or the organization that paid for the cab fare. And then one night you pick someone up and they are so drunk they do not know where their house is. And for an hour you try and find their house for them. And they have no idea. And it's the dead of winter and they have no coat. And you can tell that there used to be a person inside there, and that person's gone. As the alcohol did that to them. And since they can't even find their own home, and you have no idea, and you can't even get their name from them straight to even look up where they might live, you finally decide you're going to take them to the local Salvation Army and see if they can get them a coat get some hot coffee, and maybe a bed for the night, because he has no idea where he belongs. And then the first night where you go to pick up a fare and they're not waiting for you outside, and you go to the door and you're about to knock and you hear domestic disturbance. Scares the crap out of you, and you go, oh God, who am I picking up? The woman or the man? And what shape will they be in when they get here? So you go back out to your cab, wait a little bit, man comes out, you take him to his place, but that has scared the crap out of you. And shortly thereafter, if you're me, you quit driving a cab. Because number one, it doesn't pay as well as you thought it might. And number two, you've just had the bejesus scared out of you. And you're not in the mood to get the bejesus scared out of you anymore. So you learn. You learn from every experience. You learn what's brilliant, and you learn what's not. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.